On this episode of Sailing the Space Between, we travel from Fort Lauderdale to Key West in preparation for Fantasy Fest and meet some familiar faces. Top of the morning to you. I know it's really dark, but we are cruising down the New River, heading out to Key West. It is 6 a.m. We decided we were going to jump behind Miss Mega. We saw her fly past us. We didn't think they did the tugboat thing in the dark, but we were obviously mistaken. So we figured she would lead the way and open all the bridges, and so we're following him out, and I'm going to stop and get some gas and be on our way. It was pretty rough leaving the port, but oh nope, didn't get better after that either. But it did make for some pretty cool water bead action on our new Scotch guarded cushions. Finally getting to sail. I don't know if this is copyright music behind me or not, but sorry if it is. Had a headwind, and we're kind of in a shallow, not shallow, narrow strait, so it's kind of a channel, kind of a pain-in-the-ass to tack back and forth. So we have been motoring, but we finally got a sail out, and hopefully we'll make good time. We're going to stop at Rodriguez Key tonight.
So here we are, anchored behind Rodriguez Key for the first night, 70 miles from Lauderdale, 80 miles to Key West. However, we can get out of here earlier in the morning than we did today. We took on quite a bit of splash. We had about 4 to 5 foot seas, which wasn't the end of the world, but
Do I? Good morning. We are pulling out of Rodriguez Key. We planned to leave at like 4 in the morning, but 4 in the morning was storming. So we decided we were not going to leave. So we're going to get to Key West a little bit late tonight, but hopefully we will. It's a beautiful, breezy morning, so I think we might have some storms in our future, but we shall see. The front just passed through, so I'm hoping for some a beautiful day of actually sailing. Well, it didn't start out so beautiful. The sunrise was fighting a significant storm, made for a beautiful skyline, but luckily we outran it most of the day. We are cruising past the 7 Mile Bridge, past Marathon, pitching and bitching because of the waves coming through the bridge. Cruising at 9 knots with just the head sail up. And motor sailing, but should be to Key West by 6 o'clock tonight. Shortly after ridding ourselves of those pesky crab traps, we spotted something in the ocean. After a quick peek in the binoculars, we discovered it was a house. Scott just looked up the address and it's 99 Ocean Avenue. And we finally arrived to the port of Key West. In blustery 20-knot winds, still cooking. Our first Key West sunset. Got into the mooring just in time to witness it. I'm taking a picture of you, taking a picture of that. Inception, man. So we just got back from our first night in Key West Fantasy Fest and got completely soaked on the dinghy ride home because it was windy as hell. Whew. Boys are...
But the boat's nice and calm.
Yes, the boat is calm. We're in the mooring field and it is...
2 to 4.
It was a little bit... Wait, you can't see because it's white, but... We're all soaked. We saw some old naked people.
Yay!
And that's about it, and had some pizza. It's a beautiful morning, Key West, in the mooring field. A little bit cooler this morning, getting some chores done, and going to head over to town. We are dinging into town for some Fantasy Fest festivities and lunch. Hopefully not getting sopping wet as it's a bit breezy. Away again because we went over to have lunch in Key West and went over to the marina to pay our mooring fee, and they had a slip open. So we are moving from the mooring field to slip. So we have dockage, even though I've been calling for the last month and they have had nothing, but I guess people didn't show up because the weather isn't the best. But here we are, so we got a slip. Yay! I got yelled at by the Navy because they are dropping seals out of the helicopter right there. They wanted us to stay clear of them. Don't have any dive flags out or any sort of whatever. Not every day you get to see that happen right next to you. Coming into the marina, you could really see the effects of Irma. The entire jetty was covered with boats up on their sides. And even we saw a few masts that were sticking out of the water, one even at the dock. It was a sad sight to see and definitely made us grateful that we were okay. We have made it to a dock, thanks to the help of our fine crew.
What's the Wi-Fi?
Thanks, fine crew. Spot something. And we have a ringside seat to Dante's, where they're having a Halos and Horns party. Alright, we are here with Kelly and Nick from Sailing Satori. I always go the wrong way. We happened upon them coming out of Dante's. This is amazing. And they're going to take the boat tour. They're on a cat for a drink.
Horns Pyro. Well, I lost my halo.
Where are you? Where's your halo?
It's in the bag. I thought we were, listen, I got out of the Speedo.
Put your halo on.
No, let's go watch. We got plenty of halo action.
Here we are, Thursday, Fantasy Fest, 8 o'clock, and we have...
Everybody ready for bed, just like 80-year-olds.
Speak for yourself.
Because we didn't, hey, I'm ready to go. It's these two that are wanting to go.
What are you talking about?
Right, these...
Oh, what are you talking about? Now you're going to talk up? Oh, I see.
I'm waiting for food.
Waiting for food?
Yes.
You want Totino's? Now that the weekend was upon us, we say goodbye to the kids via the Key West Express. And hello to the Fantasy Fest festivities. Stay tuned next week as we experience Fantasy Fest and meet up again with the Satori crew. Drop us a comment below if you've ever been to Fantasy Fest, and let us know your favorite part.
Space between where you're smiling high is where you're find me if I get to go.